We need to talk about Andre Drummond, because I don't think people are giving the signing enough attention, and honestly, I have some mixed feelings I need to get off my chest. Before I dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because I'm going to be all over this story as the preseason unfolds. Let's start with a resume, because on paper this guy is legit. Andre Drummond has led the entire NBA in offensive rebounds for 7 straight seasons, from 2013 all the way to 2020. 4-time rebounding champion. And across his whole career, he's averaging over 4 offensive boards a game, which is the highest mark of any active player in the league right now. That's not a hype stat. That's just elite, sustained production on the glass, year after year. So when the Knicks needed a big man after losing Mitchell Robinson, I understand exactly why they went out and got him. But here's where I start raising an eyebrow. Drummond spent his last 2 seasons coming off the bench behind Joel Embiid in Philadelphia, only starting 48 games combined over that stretch. So this is a guy who has settled into a real backup role, a guy who knows how to bring energy in 20 minutes instead of 40. That's actually a good fit for what the Knicks need from their center rotation. And people are saying he's grown more comfortable as a passer too, working next to a superstar like Embiid. Fine, I'll give him that. Here's my problem though, and tell me in the comments if you feel the same way. Andre Drummond is a rebounding machine and a solid offensive piece, but he is not a rim protector the way Mitchell Robinson was. Robinson terrorized opposing offenses in limited minutes because of his length, his timing, his sheer defensive instincts. Drummond's game has never really been about that level of defensive disruption. He's a bruiser on the boards, not a shot-blocking menace changing the geometry of the paint. So when I hear people say Drummond simply replaces Robinson, I have to push back on that a little. He replaces a box score. He does not replace the identity. And that's exactly why this front office is reportedly still out there hunting for another center on the trade market, even after signing Drummond. Think about that for a second. We just brought Drummond in to fix the front court, and the front office apparently still isn't satisfied. That tells you everything you need to know about how much they think one signing alone actually solved this problem. If Drummond was truly the complete answer, we wouldn't still be hearing trade rumors about Jonas Valanciunas or Moussa Diabate floating around right now. Comment below. Do you think Drummond is enough, or is the front office right to keep looking? Now, let's talk fit for a second, because I actually think there's real upside here if this works out the way it should. Drummond next to Karl Anthony Towns could be an interesting look depending on how the rotation gets managed. Towns brings a spacing and skill. Drummond brings a pure rebounding and physicality off the bench. If the coaching staff uses him correctly, in bursts, attacking defensive glass, cleaning up second chance points, that's real value for a champion trying to grind out possessions in the playoffs. I'm not trying to dump on the guy. I just don't want us pretending he's a like-for-like replacement for what we lost. Here's my honest take as a fan who watched this team finally get over the hump last season. I want Drummond to succeed here. I want him to be the steady, physical presence off the bench that helps us defend this title. But I'm not going to sit here and act like signing him closed the book on our center problem, because clearly, even the front office doesn't believe that either, not with all these trade rumors still swirling around. If you were coaching this team, would you start Drummond, bring him off the bench, or split minutes depending on matchup? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear your rotation ideas. Drop a like on this video if you're rooting for Drummond to prove me wrong this season. And seriously, get into that comment section. Tell me if you think he's the real deal or just a solid stopgap while we wait for one more trade to actually finish this roster. That's where we stand for now. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it the second this front court situation actually gets resolved. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.